impossible.
Saga.
It's a new world. Have you lost your mind?
Comes to an end.
Come with me, Congo King Outfit.
We shall never surrender!
The golden age of the Vikings is over.
Vikings, the final episodes, coming soon on History.
Hello and welcome all my Boneless and Viking fans. I am back with another preview for the season finale of Vikings. This will be the third part in the season finale preview, and today we will be going over a few people who we have not yet covered in the season finale of Vikings. We will be talking about King Harold, is he dead or alive, and also a Vikings original cast member, Duke Rollo of Paris, also the brother of King Ragnar Lothbrok. We will cover if and how Rollo might return in this season finale of Vikings, along with his princess and wife, the beautiful Gisela, and of course her father, the King of Paris, also known as the nephew of the great Charlemagne, and see how they might return in this season finale. And also, in the weeks to come, we will see what fate and destiny might lie ahead for the remaining cast on the season finale of Vikings. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't already. And now, let's start off with King Harold, who was once king of all of Norway, until of course when the Rus army came and ruining his plans, also left him dying on the battlefield at the end of last season. So we are yet to find out if King Harold is even alive or if he has passed on to the other life in Valhalla. I am very excited to see what his storyline might look like in the season finale, but I personally am not a fan of King Harold. He is not a trustworthy individual, and he has screwed over way too many people on Vikings, including when he tried to usurp Bjorn's mother, Queen Lagertha's kingdom, also when he turned on Ivar, and well, you know, Ivar ended up losing his whole kingdom over that. And when King Harold also killed his own brother. Needless to say, King Harold is an interesting character, but he cannot be trusted. Also, he has a strong appetite for women. So if he does survive and return in the season finale, which I think he will, what will be his next move? Now, let's remember all the way back to the end of the season 5 when Bjorn made a deal with King Harold that whenever Bjorn is not king of Kattegat anymore, that Harold could take his wife Gunhild. Now my belief is that if Harold did indeed survive, he will try to cash in on Bjorn's deal and take Gunhild as his wife. But that's not all. I also think that Harold will also try to take Bjorn's other wife, the beautiful Ingrid. And remember last season, King Harold raped Ingrid right before the great battle against the Rus. I will talk more about that later in this video. And one more thing I would like to talk about King Harold before we change the topic. I think him and Eric might try to gather a great Viking army and take revenge for the death of Bjorn Ironside on the Rus army. Also try to retake Norway if they can. And also, is King Harold the rider holding Bjorn's sword in the preview? I think there's a chance it could be either Harold or Eric holding the sword. That would be my best guess. And also, if King Harold does return, I don't think he will make it all the way through the season finale. He might make it about halfway before he reaches the Great Hall in Valhalla. Alright everybody, now let's move on to the rulers of Paris, who we unfortunately did not get to see in Season 6, Part 1. Our beloved fan favorite Duke Rollo of Paris, along with his princess and wife, the beautiful Gisela, and also of course her father, the Emperor of Paris, Emperor Charles, also known as the nephew of the great Charlemagne. Honestly, I'm not very sure if they will or if they will not come back in the season finale. I really would love to see Rollo come back, just like many of you Viking fans are probably wondering if he will. I think that would make for a really interesting season finale, and it would be amazing if we got to see Rollo come back and join forces with Ivar and Vitzik again, like he did in Season 5 when Rollo sent a great Frankie army to help Ivar and Vitzik overthrow Bjorn and his mother Lagertha, and then after he revealed to Bjorn that he is his real father. And so I'll go out on a limb and make my prediction that Rollo will come back in the season finale, whether it's in the first half or in the second half. And if he does, I could also see Rollo coming back, like I said earlier, and maybe even trying to reunite with Bjorn, his real son, and even try and take Bjorn back to Paris with them like he did in season 5, but only if Bjorn does indeed survive from Ivar's blow and comes back. I know many of you would love to see Rollo come back in the season finale. And now, let's go over his wife, Gisela, and of course her father, the Emperor of Paris. I really like them both, and I hope they return in the season finale. I strongly believe that Gisela and her father will indeed come back, but it's a long shot. I personally am a huge fan of Princess Gisela. She is as much of a leader as her father, maybe more. Remember back in season 5, she raised a flag of St. Peter that was dipped in his blood, and instantly the soldiers were motivated and won the victory against Ragnar, Floki, Bjorn, and their great Viking army. And so we all know that Princess Gisela is a huge fan favorite on the Vikings show, but with not much information to go off of, many of us are left wondering if she will indeed return in the Part B finale. The producer of Vikings, Michael Hurst, clearly does not want to leak us any information or give us any spoilers, and I can see why, since last season they gave us a whole 2-minute trailer and we were able to guess nearly everything that would happen in part 1. And so this time for their season finale trailer, the producers only gave us 26 seconds on the trailer, so that leaves everything much harder to predict and everything much harder to guess what might happen. But for Princess Gisela's father, I'm going to make a much bolder prediction. In the last episode we seen him and his daughter, he appeared to be reaching old age. So my prediction is that if he does come back, the Emperor of Paris will die early on in the season finale. And all of this could lead to either Duke Rollo becoming Emperor of Paris, or maybe even reuniting with his son Bjorn Ironside if Bjorn indeed does live. And Rollo could also try to take Bjorn back to Paris with him, and maybe even make him Duke of Paris and give him some lands to rule over. Or he could also try to make Bjorn Emperor. That is my bold prediction, but I believe it could be possible. Either way, I would really love to see Gisela, her father, and Rollo all come back, and if they do, I bet their storyline will be really, really interesting to see what happens.
I told you, Ivor, you can't kill him. It's impossible.
Saga
It's a new world. Have you lost your mind?
comes to an end.
Come with me, Congo King Alfred.
We shall never surrender!
The golden age of the Vikings is over.
Vikings, the final episodes, coming soon on History.
Alright everybody, thank you for joining me in this part 3 preview on the season finale of Vikings. In my next video, for my part 4 preview, I will go over a few more Vikings cast members that we have not yet covered. So I'll see you Viking fans next week, and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And until then, I'll see you all on my next preview on the season finale of Vikings.